Hello, I'm Dr. Aruna Saman, and in this video we are going to discuss about plant hormones. The growth hormones or regulators are the internal factors that influence growth. Definition of growth hormone is this way. The plant hormones are organic substances produced naturally in higher plants affecting growth or other physiological functions at a site remote from its place of production and active in very minute amount. Let us see the important points given in this definition. The hormones are organic substances and they affect growth. This effect may be positive, then they are called growth promoters, or this effect might be negative, then these hormones are called growth inhibitors. And this effect is at a site remote from its place of production. That means they are produced at one region called origin, and from there they are transported away where they initiate the response that is called target organ. And this transportation is through phloem parenchyma. And these are active in very minute amount. The hormone, this term is coined first by Starling in animal physiology. The hormones found in plants are called phytohormones. All phytohormones are growth regulators. They inhibit, promote, or modify the growth. We will be studying growth promoters and growth inhibitors. The three growth promoters which we will discuss are auxins, gibberellins, and cytokinase, whereas growth inhibitors are two, ethylene and abscisic acid, we will be discussing in this video. The auxins, literal meaning is to grow. So auxins are growth promoters. They are the first discovered plant hormones. The scientist who first used this term is F.W. Wendt. The precursor of auxins is tryptophan. The auxins are produced in the plant body always in the growing tips or meristematic regions, and then they are transported in a polar manner in a particular direction, and this direction is usually basipital or towards the base. The natural auxin is indole acetic acid and the synthetic auxins are indole butyric acid, naphthalene acetic acid and 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid. The physiological effects of auxin: it is growth promoter. Its primary effect is it is responsible for cell enlargement, especially elongation. It stimulates growth of stem and root. It stimulates formation of lateral and adventitious roots, and it promotes cell division in cambium, early differentiation of xylem and phloem. Cambium is the meristematic tissue present within the vascular bundle, and the cell division in that cambium region is promoted by auxins. Applications of auxin: it is responsible for parthenocarpy. Parthenocarpy is without fertilization, the ovary becomes fruit. The wall of the ovary gets stimulus, it undergoes developmental changes, and it becomes wall of the fruit. These fruits are seedless fruits, and usually the auxin gives the stimulus to the wall of the ovary to undergo these changes. So parthenocarpy is achieved by application of auxin. Tissue culture: the auxin induces multiplication of cells, hence used for the production of the undifferentiated mass of cells called callus. And this callus further undergoes morphogenesis again with the help of auxins. In low concentration, the root elongation is promoted, and in higher concentration of auxin, the shoot formation takes place. Apical dominance is a phenomenon observed in most of the plants where the apical bud, as long as is there, it doesn't allow lateral buds to develop into branches. It is because in the apical bud, the auxins are present in very high concentration, and those auxins keep on getting percolated down, suppressing the growth of lateral buds. So when this apical bud is removed, the lateral buds develop into branches. And this is apical dominance, which is made use of understanding the role of auxins. Applications of auxins are naphthalene acetic acid and 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid foliar spray. When is used, it induces flowering in lychee and pineapple. It prevents formation of abscission layer. Abscission layer is the kind of separation layer formed at the base of the petiole or at the base of the stalk of the fruit, and because of this separation layer, the shedding of leaves, flowers, fruits takes place. So the NAA and 2,4-D foliar spray, it prevents the formation of abscission layer, separation layer, and as a result, it prevents premature fruit drop in apples, pear, and oranges. It increases the rate of respiration also. 2,4-D dichlorophenoxyacetic acid is used to kill the weeds, the unwanted plants, which are dicotyledonous plants growing in a cultivated field of monocot plants. So the required desired plants are monocotyledonous, undesired plant is dicotyledonous, and this dicot weeds can selectively be killed by using 2,4-D. The auxins also promote early rooting when the artificial method of propagation is being used, that is cutting. Auxins also break seed dormancy to promote quick germination. Gibberellins, these are also growth promoting hormones. The scientist Kursova isolated the gibberellin from the fungus Gibberella fujikuri, which was causing Becane disease in rice plants. The precursor of gibberellin is mevalonic acid. The gibberellin is produced in young leaves, seeds, roots, and stem tips. Its movement is not in particular direction. It gets transported through vascular tissue. The natural gibberellins, there are more than 150 chemical types known so far, but GA3 is most common and biologically active form of gibberellin. The physiological effects of gibberellin, it is also growth promoter. It is responsible for elongation of stem by increase in the length of internodes. It inhibits the growth of root. It delays the senescence. Senescence is aging and prevents abscission. As we said earlier, abscission is shedding of the plant parts, maybe leaves, flowers, fruits, so that abscission gets prevented, aging gets delayed by use of gibberellin. The gibberellin breaks dormancy of seed and it accelerates germination. It promotes seed germination in cereals like barley and wheat. It promotes bolting. Bolting is elongation of internodes just before flowering in plants, especially those with rosette habit. The leaves are very much clustered together. At the time of flowering, the internode distance increases and the leaves are observed very much away from each other. This elongation of internode is called bolting and it is promoted by gibberellin. When gibberellins are applied on genetically dwarf plants, the stem rapidly elongates and acquires the height of normal tall variety, especially it is found in maize. The application of gibberellin causes production of male flowers on female plant. In dioecious plant, we know that there are male plant and female plant producing male and female flowers on separate plant bodies. But here, with the application of gibberellin, production of male flowers is possible on female plant. Application of gibberellin overcomes the requirement of vernalization. Vernalization is a phenomenon of the plants getting exposed to very low temperature for the flowering to occur. That is, they need chilling treatment for flowering process to take place. But that chilling treatment can be, you can say, without doing that chilling treatment, flowering can occur if gibberellin is applied. So gibberellin, we can say, it replaces the vernalization. It promotes flowering in long day plants. Parthenocarpy, we have already seen this phenomena where without fertilization, the ovary, wall of the ovary is becoming wall of the fruit, and these fruits are seedless fruits. The auxins give rise to the parthenocarpic fruit. The gibberellins also can be used for production of parthenocarpic fruit. Gibberellin is used for increasing the fruit size and bunch length of the grapes. And gibberellins, we have already seen, breaks seed dormancy to promote quick germination. All the growth promoters, auxins, now here gibberellins, they help in breaking seed dormancy. Cytokinin, it is the third growth promoting hormone. It promotes cell division. The scientists Skoog and Miller discovered this hormone and named it kinetin. Lentham coined the term cytokinin. First natural cytokinin was obtained from unripe maize by Lentham and the associates. It is known as zeatine. The chemical nature is 6-furfuryl aminopurine, and synthetic cytokinin is 6-benzyl adenine. The physiological effects of cytokinin: it promotes cell division and cell enlargement. It promotes growth of lateral buds and controls apical dominance. Richmond and Lang effect is caused by cytokinin, which is delay senescence and prevents abscission. Same effect we had seen with the gibberellin also. Formation of interfascicular cambium, that is, in between the adjacent vascular bundle, the meristematic tissue develops, and that is promoted by cytokinin. Applications of cytokinin: cytokinin and auxin ratio and their interactions control morphogenic differentiation in tissue culture. A low ratio of cytokinin to auxin induces root development, and high ratio causes buds and development of shoot. So this phenomenon is used in tissue culture technique. Cytokinin reverses apical dominance effect. It induces RNA synthesis and formation of interfascicular cambium. Once again, cytokinin is also promoting the breaking of seed dormancy and quick germination. Ethylene, it is the gaseous hormone and it is growth inhibiting hormone. Denny and Crocker reported ethylene being effective in fruit ripening. Genn established that plants naturally synthesize ethylene. The source of ethylene is ethephone, and origin, root, shoot apical meristem and ripening fruits. The physiological effect: ethylene promotes ripening of fruits like banana, apple, mangoes. It causes epinasty, that is drooping of leaves and flowers. This phenomenon is especially observed when roots of the plants get flooded, excess water is present. Then for the purpose of getting rid of that excess of water, the leaves this way turn inwards, or drooping kind of movement they show, which is called epinasty, and it is due to ethylene. The ethylene increases activity of chlorophyllase enzyme which causes degreening effect in banana and citrus fruit. They lose their green color, they become yellow color because of activity of ethylene. Ethylene is associated with enhancement of process of senescence. Senescence, once again we have said this, it is the process of aging. Aging is where catabolism it becomes more than anabolism and associated changes occur, that is senescence or aging. It accelerates the abscission activity. Abscission, that is shedding of leaves, flowers and fruits by forming abscission layer, a kind of separation layer. It inhibits flowering in most of the plants except pineapple. Ethylene inhibits the growth of lateral buds and causes apical dominance, and it retards flowering. It stimulates initiation of lateral roots in plants, and it breaks the dormancy of bud and seed. Abscisic acid, it is just like ethylene, growth inhibiting hormone. Karls and Adicott discovered abscisic acid in early 1960s in the process of studying abscission in cotton. The precursor is mevalonic acid. For gibberellin also, precursor was mevalonic acid. Chemical composition 15-carbon sesquiterpene. Origin, it is ubiquitous. Everywhere in all the cells, all over the plant it is produced, especially in vascular plants. It promotes abscission of leaves. We have already talked about this. At the base of the petiole, the abscission zone or separation zone gets formed, and this eventually results in the shedding of the leaves. Similar process happens about flowers and fruits, and that is called abscission. And abscisic acid promotes abscission of leaves. Abscisic acid is known as anti-transparent because it causes efflux of potassium ions. Here you can see the potassium ions are getting removed from the guard cells. And when potassium ions get removed, the efflux takes place. Water also leaves the guard cells, and guard cells become flaccid, and that results into the closure of stomata, and hence the transpiration rate reduces. Therefore, abscisic acid is known as anti-transparent. Abscisic acid controls dormancy in buds and seeds by inhibiting the growth process. It accelerates the senescence, that is aging of leaves, flowers and fruits. It inhibits and delays the cell division and cell elongation. It suppresses cambium activity by inhibiting mitosis in vascular cambium. Cambium are the meristematic tissues present in the vascular bundle. It inhibits flowering in long day plant but stimulates flowering in short day plant. It acts as a stress hormone by inducing the plants to bear the adverse environmental conditions. Thus, we have come to the end of our discussion on plant hormones. Thank you.